What's going on, everybody? I appreciate those of you waiting for the stream to start. For those of you stopping by catching the replay, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications when we do the live chats. You can do it right along with us. So, went back to the well. Even though it warmed up a little bit, it was in the low 70s today. Still a nice mild day, and it's too good to not keep going back to. Zaharoff Signature Aurum. Had to roll with it again, just magnificence in a bottle. It's not just a pretty looking plate, guys. Strong, real strong sillage, quality stuff, animalic, ambery, sticky honey, cinnamon, hazelnut, just so good. So good. Some good stuff. So can't say I won't be wearing it again in the next few days because it is a little bit richer than, the final rendition lab sample. That's usually the case versus the lab test batches. It's way deeper and richer. So now that I have bottles, I can't help but keep spraying it. So let's see who's doing what in the chat. We're just going to be hanging out for a solid hour because in an hour and a half, I'll be live with Dedrick on the Sports Desk podcast doing a WWE Crown Jewel preview. So we got a wrestling podcast, live YouTube podcast episode going to be going down at 4:30 Central. So we'll be talking about the card, match predictions, fantasy booking, opinions, all the things going on, storylines, surprises we're hoping to see or may see, or things we may have heard. So we'll be talking about all that for you wrestling fans that see this. We'll be live later on. So let's see who's doing what here in the chat. Adam's in the house. Aqua Cinziali Blue, excellent choice. Black golfer style, Texas Tech. Black with the red rope. Pirate skull and swords. Hell yeah. Vertus Vanilla Oud. So John Carlos starting things off with being the best smelling guy in the chat right off the go. Well, back to back, you guys are wearing. Y'all got to let me know if there's going to be a theme, and I'll join in. I'm telling you, I would have wore Vanilla Oud if you guys would have let me know, because I have a feeling it's not just going to be you two, because you two are just the first ones, two of the first three to say your sin of the day. 50 satin hats for when you want to sweat your ass off. Yeah. You go for it in the Texas heat. You go right ahead for that. Yeah, they look cool. Wear those heaters. Go wear those saunas. You can have that. That's for sure. I'm past. I saw them. Yeah, they look cool. But I've had a satin hat in the past. No thank you on that sauna on my head. Noah's in the house, going to casino and club for my friend's 22nd birthday. Going to try to gas everyone out with sin of the day being red tobacco. I got a lot of stuff going on this weekend, actually. A lot of streaming happening. So Saturday, I'm going to take a break from streams for sure. So I got this one, the wrestling stream after this with Dedrick. Sunday night, I have the Yeah Awards over on Fat Boy Fragrance's channel with Juan. I'm doing the pre-show kind of thing with him, as he's calling it, the red carpet event. It's his annual little FragCom award show that he does live. It's going to be this Sunday evening. And then Sunday, I don't know what during the day, aside from football, I'll be doing, but Saturday, me and the wife will be out and about doing different things. So nothing specific planned as far as Saturday. Hey, man, do what you got to do. Spencer's in the house. We're in Gucci Guilty Parfum. Hell yeah, man. They're all still right here from last night. It's like I don't want to. I've got stuff piled up right here, but I figure if I keep them to the side, they'll stay right in my face, and it'll make me wear them more, because it's like I got another cold front coming next week, and I definitely want to wear. So we're going to be going to dinner in a couple of days. We got some dinner plans, so I'm going to wear Prada Amber Intense for that. And then next cold day, I'm going 1 million Golden Oud. Man, these are it's some incredible fragrance hauls. For those of you that didn't see today's fragrance haul, yeah, go watch for sure. Reminded me of my multiple bottles. People helping people. There you go. Hashtag TLTG love the kids. Right? Damn, it smells good in the chat. We're in Blue de Chanel Eau de Toilette. Dino's in the house. Michael Malone, Agar, and Murr. Juan Ochoa is here. Hope you're doing well, and everyone else is doing great. Tom Ford Noir de Noir. I've heard good things. I've never tried that one. From what I understand, it would be something that might interest me. The Extreme from Alexandria Fragrances for Antonio. Noel, good to see you. Still a bit under the weather. Wore Encre Noir Sport today. That's a good one. At home with a spray of Cedrat Boisé on my wrist just for the hell of it. I do that too. I'll just spray something if whatever I'm wearing has been faded and I can't smell it anymore. Or maybe after the shower, maybe I don't even spray around my neck. Maybe I just spray, something on this arm, and I just kind of do my thing with that for the evening. I'm always doing random stuff like that too, man. So I get it. Alexandria, all genres, bops in the house. Hardwood, pause. Okay, yeah, I get it. Hardwood. Ha ha ha. You want a Beavis and Butthead laugh? I can't really quite do it that well, but sounds like that's what you're looking for. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so there's competition for Vertus Vanilla Oud because Tygar is that jam. Everything that smells like Tygar is good, but none of them are as good as Tygar. Just got to say, I have to throw that out there. That's my feelings on that. I just can't bring myself to spend the money on the bottle because I want Tygar. That shit is amazing. So you're up there with the guys wearing Vertus Vanilla Oud for best smelling in the chat, in my opinion. Greenlee for Jason. Good to see you. Hell yeah. Hit the like button. We're starting to get a few people coming in little by little. So definitely hit that thumbs up on your way in if you don't mind. From the UK, Days Aquajo Eau de Parfum, and got solicited by a couple in the supermarket today. They love the scent too. Well, there you go. That's awesome, Keith. Got Joel in the house. Good to see you. My Celtics blew it. Morsk Sol Batik. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Wearing Assad. Good to see you, Marty. Savage EDP. Hey, ain't no shame in that. I actually pulled the cap and smelled that one literally 2 days ago, maybe, because I haven't wore it in so long. I pull caps and just sniff stuff every day of my life. I pull random caps off of fragrances and sniff them. So it's funny that you bring that one up. I have some decants of a few different ones, but I don't have a single bottle from Clive Christian. I'd like to get 18. I think it's 1872. Their main aromatic fougere, the green bottle. I'd like to get that one. Yeah, exactly. AM's wearing Bois de Portugal. Classy Creed in the house. There we go. Let's see. How's it going, everyone? Need some input from those with MFK experience trying to decide between Amorous X Straight and Gentle Fluidity Silver. So I don't have a bunch of experience with both of those. That's definitely two that get a lot of love from the house, but I'm sure there's some people in the chat that can weigh in and hopefully help you out, my man. The Boz has arrived. Just busy right now, so I can't type much. But hey, I'm just glad you're here, Boz. We can start now. I'm just glad it wasn't a fashionably late entrance. This is actually pretty early for you, being 7 minutes in. Good to see you, Boz. I hope you're well, man. Mike Smith's in the house. Cineday Fragrance World, Supreme Loam. Dan, not the man, the best name on YouTube. Banana Republic's Dark Cherry and Amber, underappreciated, not feminine like it gets touted for. It is not. I don't think, anyways. Speaking of MFK, Fuzzman's wearing Grand Soir. See, where does Orem rank in the house for you? Right away. So Rosé and Leather Tobacco, no secret, 1A and 1B. I've made that very well known. Now I always exclude the Z Creator stuff and Triple X, like any of the collab stuff, like Joey's Fragrance or me, Justin, and Andrea. I exclude us. I just look at the house releases. So it's those two. Citrine is up there, as well as Orem and Tobacco. That's my 5. That's my top 5. It's Rosé and Leather Tobacco, the unquestioned top 2. Interchange them every day of the week. It might be something different. Most of the time, I'm going to say Rosé. So I guess technically Rosé is the clear-cut 1. Leather Tobacco. Then I would put Citrine 3rd. Love the way Citrine smells, always has. Then it would be this, then Tobacco. Orem would be my number 4. Yep, it's amazing. It's up there. He continues to get better because Coco Loco is just such a close race with Tobacco for number 5, because Coco Loco is phenomenal, but it's a very seasonal fragrance, just like Citrine is. It's just Citrine, I'll argue with anybody, that it's probably the best opening of all the Zaharoff fragrances. That's why it's ranked so high. The opening is just pure magnificence, It's and it's not even necessarily the entirety of the experience. It's mainly the early stages, like the first hour. It's arguably the best experience from the house, in my opinion, aside from Rosé. I mean, Rosé is just a masterpiece from start to finish. One of my 5 favorite fragrances in my entire collection, let alone my favorite Zaharoff. So that's the thing. Depending on the season, like if it was hot right now, we wouldn't even be talking Leather Tobacco and Tobacco. Like that 5 would interchange because it's stuff I wouldn't be reaching for. Then you would see me mentioning maybe Royale X and Coco Loco into that top 5. I'd probably sub out the 2 tobaccos and put Coco Loco and Royale X in there because they're just so much better in the warmer weather. So because I'm just so seasonal, it kind of interchanges because there's just so much good stuff from the house. This is one of those houses where you really need to just get a bunch of samples and figure it out, just figure it out for yourself. So, but it is really good. And if you look across the internet with everybody that's been getting their bottles, as per usual, it's not just me. It's not just me saying it's great, you know. I've never heard of that fragrance. In testing Isola Blue per the recommendation, I got to say it smells great, smooth, and easy to like, but surprisingly sits really close to my skin and kind of falls flat after a few hours. Probably a skin chemistry thing. I mean, I'm sure you're not the only person that experiences that, but just know that that's not the universal experience. That's more of a personalized experience, I guess you could say. What's going on, Juju? Body Out Oud Amethyst, so strong. Indeed, it is. Uh-oh. Casanova Boz. Watch out. I'll do a full review and maybe ranking of all your 1 millions. Parfum's my favorite too. It overtook Privé for me. I have most of them. I don't have the 24 Gold and the Intense old flankers. I don't have those. It's like ridiculous to try to get those these days. But I have pretty much everything else that's come out since then. I have the Cologne. I have the original. I have Privé and Lucky. I have Elixir. I have Parfum. I have Royal. I have Golden Oud. Is there anything I'm forgetting that I have as far as those? No, I named all the ones I have. So I have the majority. Like, it's hard for me to do the buying guide, house review, line review, those types of things if I don't have them all. I just don't feel right doing it if I don't have them all. Now, exclude limited edition bottles. Irrelevant. That's why I did the Polo Blues, because there's some limited editions with the bear on this, but it's still just Polo Blue. Same thing with, like, say, a strong, like I could do the Stronger With You video now. I just don't have the limited bottles. I could redo the Wanted line. I just don't have Free Ride, which was just a limited edition bottle. People like to argue with me. It's just original Wanted in a limited edition bottle. Same thing with Invictus Onyx. It's just a limited edition bottle, but I don't have Aqua 2016. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's difficult for me to do it when I don't have all of them. Aqua de Jo was a tough one to do. I really wanted to do it, and I definitely don't have all of them. So I don't know, maybe, because I wouldn't mind talking about it. I did do the EDT versus Parfum versus Elixir beginning of the year, earlier in the year. I don't know if you saw that video or not. Satin has mentioned it was more conversationally. Can't bring myself to wear that. I suffer enough from swamp ass and Texas heat. I don't need that on my head too. That's what I'm saying. That's miserable to wear unless you're like up in the mountains. Uh-oh. Watch out now. Speculation. Yeah, man, it's Middle Eastern 1 million. I saw somebody earlier saying it smells just like Stronger With You Oud and Stronger With You Leather, or something. Like, the way people word some of their comments, it's hard to completely understand what they're saying. Nobody believes in punctuation on the internet, basically. And I could see where they're coming from. Similarly, sure, but this still has that 1 million sweetness to it, not necessarily the kind of that toffee feel of Stronger With You. I don't get that. So I think he just kind of tied the designer sweetness in to just name that line, basically. But I get what he means by the spiced leather smell. That's understandable. So I get where he's coming from with that. This literally just got that comment like within the last hour. Just want to pick up APH Intense from seeing your review. Kevin Samuels talked about it too. May he rest in peace. Yeah, this is phenomenal, man. This is breathtaking. And I believe Justin had a similar reaction to it, because I know he got it within the last year. In the last couple of months, I believe he had it in the haul. I didn't realize how good this was. I mean, a bunch of people have told me it was. Bunch of viewers have told me over the last probably 3 years or so. Man, you really should try that. I'm telling you, it's amazing. You'd love it. Oh, if you like powdery, you'd love that. I'll be damned. Boy, were they right. Powdery patchouli, basically how you can look at it. That's what it dries into. Powdery, leafy patchouli. It's very creamy patchouli. Man, it's a stunner. This is not a casual fragrance at all. Absolutely. I mean, I say that, but I'll wear whatever fuck I want at any time, really. I just feel underdressed sometimes if I wear something that's really elegant. So certain things I just won't do it because it just doesn't feel right, you know. Can you test him? But Burlington 1890. Yeah, that's, man. I mean, they're both amazing. That's my top two. That's my top two from the house that you're talking about right now. Day Gautier 2. It's taking UPS so long, waiting on my arm. Don't know what to tell you, my man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I got 2 samples of Tiger, and it's awesome, man. Might have to get Tarothi Blue if it's close. It is, but when you put it side by side, you're like, damn. All of the clones fall short. Now, I haven't tried Spirit of Kings, Arrakis or Arrakis, however you say. I've heard that one's really good. And then Suspiro Vibrato is supposed to be very similar, but that's still a niche fragrance. You're still paying a good bit for that, and it's always sold out. So that's still pricey. But as far as the affordable ones, Tarothi Blue is good. I've heard Black Panther from Alexandria is really good. I just haven't tried that one. Rubroca Theorem. It's like a more airy, watery version of it, basically. But it's kind of like how Alhambra is to Latafa with Afnan. Like Afnan is Rubroca, so it's just like a subsidiary sister house, if you will, subsidiary brand. So they aren't completely redundant, but pretty damn redundant. But when you smelled the real deal now, you're wearing the real deal. So when you experience the $30 version, yeah, it's good till you smell the real one. Then it's not the same anymore. They're not as good to you. And at least to me, they're not as good to me. Like I really like Tarothi Blue until I got that damn sample of Tigar. It's like, man, I need Tigar. I need it at some point. It's just so expensive. Boss Bottle Pacific. Hell yeah, smelling beachy today. Absolutely, Boz. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm kind of surprised that you find Birth of Venus more feminine than that one, because I find that's more feminine than Birth of Venus. Oud Satin Mood. Doesn't even matter which one. EDP, X-Straight, they're both phenomenal. So good to see. Jared, good to see you make it. Tuned in from work. Y'all slap that like button. Make sure y'all share. Can't tell what the emoji is. It looks just like some white and gray block. I really don't know what the emoji is. With a friend, crossing that 100K before Thanksgiving. Fingers crossed. I sure hope so. Ross need that plaque. So I had a conversation with someone yesterday that's long had a plaque. And that's what he said was kind of, if I was to hit it around Thanksgiving, I might be able to get it by Christmas. Depends on the holiday thing going on at YouTube's headquarters. So man, that would be freaking awesome. I would love to get that for Christmas, because apparently it takes around a month for it to come in after you hit the mark. So come on, 100K. You know, God, I want that plaque for Christmas. That's been my goal all year is like, God, I just want that for Christmas. That's all I want for Christmas is the silver play button. I don't care about nothing else. I want the silver play button for Christmas. So fingers crossed, guys. I'm hoping that's going to be a special, emotional, interesting live stream, because I am definitely I got to figure out how I'm going to do the thumbnail, because I'd like to have the plaque in the thumbnail, but I want to open it on stream. So it's going to be, I'm going to have to figure something out. I might have to just use a generic play button. I don't know. And maybe change it in the thumbnail after the stream. I'll figure something out, because me and you guys, we're opening that together, because that's a us achievement. I can't do this without you guys. I can't make that achievement without you guys. So I'm super excited and anxious, because it's getting close, man. It's crazy now that it's so close. Like I'm getting a little antsy just talking to you guys about it. It's wild. Sadama, I haven't tried that one from Gentleman's Nod. Hachivat Naxos layering combo. Mr. Beans in the house. Gentleman Cologne. It's not the right season, but damn, this thing's amazeballs. I actually got Gentleman Only Intense, or Gentleman, no, it's Gentleman Intense. I ended up pulling the trigger for the fragrance buy sale. That package will be here tomorrow. So I'm going to split it up. I'm going to end up with like 2 more haul videos over the next week or so. Instead of doing one massive 45-minute video, I'm going to try to break it down these 20-plus minute videos, so it's a little bit more bearable for you guys. So Volcanus has been, you guys don't even know. Like the last couple of days, like every video he watches, $5 with a salute emoji. Every video the dude watches. It's unreal. It's unreal how generous this man is. It's been the last couple of days. I know what videos he watches because he sends me a salute emoji and a $5 super thanks. It's crazy. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's like he doesn't know how to comment without pressing that $ super chat button. It's greatly appreciated. It really is. That's what helps me to, buy all these random fragrances. That all goes to the play money fund that I call it, that the amount of money I set to the side to just spend on fragrances every month. So I really appreciate you. That's why we call you the king of the super chat. There is none greater. Cody Brunet, another one wearing aqua Cinziala blue. Thanks for talking about this one. You're the reason I bought it, and I love it. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Cody. That's actually the first sin of the day message in this chat. Adam's wearing the same thing. So it's an all-time great for me. The only reason I don't wear it even more is because I'm always getting new stuff and, testing new things. So probably starting Monday, I'm going to start rolling out more of these individual reviews. So I'm at least doing 4, possibly 6 individual reviews for next week that I've been working on. I'm just about ready to film everything. And that's probably what I'll do through the weekend, is get a couple of them, at least get the early week ones, new ones for like Monday, Tuesday kind of thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, get them ready. So next week's going to be a lot of individual reviews. Amorous Extrait is great. So, guys, I see how far back I am. I apologize. I'm going to have to go ahead and skip ahead a bit. Just got El Born and Ajmal Amber Pimente. We'll put on Monday and Tuesday. Hell yeah. Going on, everybody. Today's Sin of Days. Leather Tobacco. Whew. That's an impressive one. You must have some pretty chilly weather, I would think, because that's a heavy, dark fragrance right there, boy. Whew. That's a powerhouse, too. Uh-oh, here we go. I love when we do these. Been a little while since you hit me with one of these. All right. What should I go with tonight? Latafa Sublime, Tarathi Blue, Assad, Blue Noir Parfum. That's the one to beat. And Jimmy Choo Urban Hero Gold. I've never tried the Jimmy Choo. So what's the gig? Is it like one of your gigs, or it's just like you're going to dinner? Normally you give me the full details. You're slacking. It's been a little while, so the knife needs to be sharpened. It got a little dull because it's been a little while. Yeah, give me a little bit more detail. Which is it? I'm gonna assume it's just one of your gigs. Let's say it's that. And you did Sublime not too long ago in a gig. Trying to think, because Blue Noir Parfum is going to depend on the temperature. If it's hot, you're not going to want to wear that. It's going to be cloying. But if it's a mild, you can get away with wearing long sleeves and you're not going to be sweating. Blue Noir Parfum is the clear-cut one here to me. But if Assad's an option too, I would think heat's not an issue. I'm saying Blue Noir Parfum. You get some leathery suede smell. It's nice and buttery and has that fuzzy effect, like the texture to suede. Has that fuzziness, powdery, fresh and spicy at the top. Quality's good. It performs really well. You don't need much because it's really going to pump off the skin. Narciso Rodriguez, for him, Blue Noir Parfum is my recommendation in this situation. Morton Cole, yes, they really gorgeous scent, projected and lasted really well. It is a stunning fragrance with some real power. And then Spencer said Sublime. Any recommendations for a true coconut smelling scent, or a couple of choices I could check out? Kind of the happy medium. It smells more like a pina colada, but it's a monster performer. Would be Scent Journey Fragrances, Cocktails, and Catamarans. That's a really, really good one. Coco Loco's got a lot more nuance to it. It's not just straight up coconut from Zaharoff, but that is what it's centered around. But there's other fruits and then cardamom to really give it this spicy vibrance at the top. So that's another one I would think of. Strange Paradise from Zimmer Parfums is beautiful. Sweet, juicy florals, hibiscus and lang-a-lang in the heart with this thick, creamy coconut that doesn't smell like sunscreen with some other fruits and citruses. Of course, Virgin Island water. Can't go wrong there. So that's a couple that come to mind. And then, of course, the Le Beau fragrances. Le Beau EDT, Le Beau Le Parfum. If you want to stick to the designers, those are the way to go. Now, granted, they are sweet fragrances. You got to keep that in mind. They're sweet. So they're tropical, super tropical, coconut-based, but they are sweet because there's a lot of tonka bean. That's what I'm leaning towards. It's been a while since I've worn it. So there you go. Sublime's an option. For George, it's not that easy. Chris, he's going to be expanding into Europe more, and eventually one day you will be able to get him. Just, I guess today's not that day. UK's Chris Sale Portal, but not EU. Sorry, my man. It's just one of those things. Like, if it's not available, there's a reason it's not available, because there's more in play that just makes it not worth it for Zaharoff to do it. Like, there's more troubles and financials to it. That's why it's not an option. So you got to understand, the business isn't you're not going to hurt your business to make a couple of customers get product. You know what I mean? So like, it's one of those things where he's got to finish opening up Europe to where it's more than just Chris out there that's got distribution. So, and that is coming. That's process is almost done. So it's almost there. Just try to be patient, Dennis. I know that's not the answer you want to hear. It's the honest answer. You know, it is coming though. I do know that it is coming. Hit that like button. Let them know. Happy Friday, everyone. Goldfield and Banks Purple Suede. So I'm going to have to skip ahead, guys, because I'm pretty far behind. Inlandish. Ooh, good Lord. Yeah, you cutting through the cold with that. Damn. Rest in peace, EJ. Part of Loam Intense is fire too. Yes, it is. I'm kind of catching a few on my way down. DJ, good to see you. Jubilation 25 and Signature Orem. We'll be here Monday. Well, you got a serious package coming then. Ross and the crew, nice to see you. I hope everyone's having a good day. Tom Ford, Noir Extreme Parfum. Good to see you, Steven. Black Panther is by far the best Tiger clone because EQ said the same thing. He likes that one. Literally exact same as Suspiro Vibrato, which is a better Tiger, in my opinion. More depth. I haven't tried Vibrato, but I have tried Tiger, and I know I want a bottle. Well, look, when you never smell the other ones, it does have the wow factor. Then you smell Tiger, and you're like, you know, not as good. So that depends. That depends. I used to wear Triumph for Bacchus when I lived in the Houston area. I wouldn't wear it in the summer. You know, it all depends, but it's really strong. You don't need a lot of sprays, 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 if you're feeling frisky. You don't need much. And I would say that for anywhere, really. Kareem's in the house. Good to see you, Kareem. All right. Scrolling. Scott, what's going on, big dog? How are you? Got you for Christmas. Scrolling. God, I'm so far behind. I apologize, guys. Ani, excellent choice. Anna, good to see you. Yeah. Volcanus paid for this live stream. He's been funding it. Exactly that. That's hilarious. So I joined George Atkinson's Discord after I joined the Patreon gang because I did sign up for his Patreon after the stream ended, like I said I would. And he added me to his Discord group. And the first thing I said, because he teased that, you know, there was a special guest joining. And I said, did George Zaharoff pay for this Discord? Because that's the running joke now. Did George Zaharoff pay for this? So it's hilarious that this is a running joke now. Kevin, good to see you. Happy Land Barbershop to celebrate getting my shave set today. Did you shave with it yet? Because it lathers great. You'll see what I'm talking about if you haven't done it yet. It didn't come in yet. It's in the package that's on its way. The package that'll be here tomorrow. Been games full week. Love it. Just got Afnan Zamaya Zaharoff blend. Good stuff. Never tried that one, Rod. Chilling with the $5 super chat. Order window from Mr. Majestic by Atrium. Shout outs to Omar. Closes in 3 hours. Cardamom, plum, iris. Ooh, that sounds good. Their other releases have been great. So, yeah, I kind of missed my window of wanting to get Mr. Maritime. Now it's not something I want to get right now. So it's going to be like once I get to like close to spring, because spring starts early in the South, you know. So probably like February, I'll be looking to get Mr. Maritime because I'm pretty much getting heavier stuff right now. But I still want Mr. Maritime. I will have a bottle of Mr. Maritime at some point. That sounds like a good combination. I hope Omar sells through a bunch of bottles. That rough and tumble, to me, it's incredibly smooth and warm, destroys something. Oh, yeah, it's way better than ombre leather. You don't find this rough and tumble? Man, it's some edgy shit. It's brash. But I mean, teach their own. You know, teach their own. So it's kind of all over the place because the stuff in the front right here is just stuff that I'd like to get in the rotation. This is stuff that I haven't opened yet. That's stuff that I said I was going to wear for fall and just haven't wore yet. And some of it's new, like there's Gentleman's Society, Moonlit Night, like a couple of things. But right behind this row, this 2-row, double row, is the actual what I've been wearing this week. And then the stuff behind it is the stuff I'm going to slot in. Like I'm definitely wearing these this week. Of this little pile right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's Evening Mystique, Noir Ombre, Renheit Parfum fragrance. Where like one of those is getting worn tomorrow. It's going to finish the week. I just don't know what yet. Because this, I was not wearing this today, but I ended up deciding to do it. So it's one of those things where I try to plan, but the shit varies from day to day. Some days I stick to the plan. Some days I go with something that's not even right here. And stuff rotates right here all the time. Like recently, I added Ultra Red Man. I talked about it recently, sprayed it, smelled it, like, ooh, I need to wear that. So I put it right here. I just haven't worn it yet. Cosmic Pepper and Black Gold are still right there. So a lot of newer stuff with a few things I just haven't worn in a while. So I try to have a method to the madness, but it doesn't always work out that way. It's just not as much of the clusterfuck that people may think, because it can be overwhelming having all this. Like, what the hell am I going to wear? You know? So I try to plan ahead as much as I can and give myself, limit my choices as best I can to stay within this segmented group of fragrances. Because if I don't do that, then it's just walking back and forth. Like, what the hell am I going to wear today? Pulling cap, sniffing, and you never end up spraying anything. So try to avoid that. So scrolling, I'm so far behind. I got to skip ahead, guys. Blue Noir Parfum it is. Yeah, it's a gig. Good call. Venice Beach should be around 65 or so. Yeah, that's what I would do. The temperature's right. You're definitely going to stand out. I think so. Hoffman's in the house. What's going on? Speaking of Discord and Patreon gang, he is in there as well. Josh, good to see you. Reflection 45 for Noah. First wearing that blind buy. Very enjoyable. Relatively underwhelming for the money. Really? Really? I'm kind of surprised to hear that. Good to see you, Sandy. PJ, been curious from your past videos. I work for Fanatics on the NFL side. Just wanted your opinions on the Salute Service collection. So if you look at my TLTG Vlogs channel, my other channel, I did a video on the hats and beanie. I'm still waiting on the damn hoodie. I mean, I ordered these 6 weeks ago. Like the day these collections drop, PJ, I buy them that day. Every year, I buy everything, every piece of apparel that's not women's, everything for the men, every hat, all the beanie, everything for the Crucial Catch and Salute Service gear. I get the sideline stuff. I spend, $2,000 on Saints gear in the fall every year. Easily. I mean, I bought this recently. This was one of the first hauls before those collections came out. So I love the designs to them. I like that they tried something a little different while still not getting away from the Digi Camo. I like that it's brown this year for the apparel. Yesterday, if you look at yesterday's stream, I wore the hoodie t-shirt, the long sleeve hoodie t-shirt. That's the first of the shirts that I've worn, but I still don't have the hoodie yet. I'm still have one. They broke it down into 6 packages between the hats with the beanie and then all the apparel. 6 packages it's taken for me to get that entire order. It's like a $700 order or something like that. It might be, yeah, 6 something, 700, something like that. I spent a lot. It's in that realm. And it's taken me forever to get everything because I was going to do a part 2 video with just the apparel. But I mean, hell, I did the hats video a couple weeks ago at this point. But I like that they did a low profile snapback of a 950. I like that there's 2 3930s. I think that was a good move because you have the all over DigiPrint camo and then you have one that's the stone color with the Digi Camo under brim. I think it was a good option because it's hard to change it up when you're basing it around digital camo every year. Just like how they went from breast cancer awareness to Crucial Catch, that added versatility because now they have a multitude of colors to work with instead of just pink all the time because you can only do so much. Like they had the 2 different years of the 2 different types of tie-dye for Crucial Catch, which was 2 of the last 3 years. So I like what they're doing. I always support regardless because it goes to a good cause and it's the coolest annual gear for the teams anyway. So my thoughts are I'm for it. I can't wait to see what they do every year. It's like the thing when football season hits, that's what's on my mind. Crucial Catch gear and Salute to Service gear. So that should tell you how much I'm into it because I literally buy everything every year and I've been doing it for years. So I know that's pretty long-winded. It's good to know that you work for Fanatics on that side, but yeah, I'm for it. I think it was a good move with the brown because they switched it up completely from all the years past because they did so much gray and sand. They did the year where they did the sand hoodie and they had that sand desert sand color but it always goes back to olive green of some shade or military green and the digi camo. And you can only do so many variations of that. So I like that they stepped out into stone, more of a cream color. I have a feeling they're going to transition back to black more for next year because it's been a long time since they based around black. Like the first year was based around black, which was like 2012, I think. The first year when New Era and Nike took over the licensing, when it got away from Reebok. So I'm eager to see what next year is going to be. I know it was pretty long-winded, but I mean, you're speaking my language here. So good to have you, PJ. I was finding time here and there. When I'm busy, I watch my guy Ross. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you, Joel. Well, I haven't tried all of them, but Eau Extreme's amazing. That's where my vote would be. Or Cologne Sport. One of the best citrus fragrances I've ever smelled. I mean, I'd be open to it. Depends. Price is right. Because, I mean, if it's 50 ml of 100 ml, that's plenty. You know, it's not like I'm going to go through it very quickly. But, yeah, I'd be open to it. Message me on IG. Make sure to let me know it's you to relate it back to the YouTube profile. But, yeah, hit me up on IG. You guys ever seen the new Silky Woods Elixir? I've heard about it. I haven't looked into it, though. Smelly with the $1.99 super chat. Have you tried Mr. Maritime or got the new one? No, I just talked about it a minute ago. I mean, I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm sure you heard me. I appreciate the $1.99 super chat. Not yet. So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like February because kind of the window closed for the mega freshies because I think based on the note breakdown, Mr. Maritime's like mega fresh. But I want that to be part of next year's rotation for the beach season basically over here. I will get a bottle. I absolutely will have a bottle. Thank you for the $1.99. I haven't tried Tony Iommi. Zafiro is amazing. If you like traditional citrus aromatic fougères, citrus-based aromatic fougères, it's phenomenal. I got a sample from Omas. Speaking of, he texted me like about an hour, not even an hour before we started. He got Creed Absolute Aventus today. I just get a text, yo, what's up? Creed Absolute Aventus is legit. Yeah, it is good. It is good. So we just started talking about that for a little bit. So shout outs to my guy Omas. But I would probably have to go with Naxos just based on my experience with them. I mean, it's hard to beat. Beautiful honey tobacco. There's a lot of people that argue it's one of the absolute best tobaccos ever made. It comes down to you got to test them because we're talking pricey stuff. I never recommend blind buying the really expensive fragrances, man. Strong With You, absolutely. Best of the line, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a great experience. Just know that you really don't need to spray the fragrance. When you lather up the soap and you use the splash after, the aftershave splash, it's strong. You'll see. Like if you do spray the fragrance, like just a half a spray, that's what I do, just to say I did it, basically, because the splash and the soap are strong. Very strong. View of Jubilation 25, bought it. Brilliant fragrance. Yeah, it's been a long time since I smelled it. So that actually went in the giveaway. That was what the winner had chose. So I just smelled it that one time, basically. Supposedly after pre-order won't be available. I mean, you never know. You never know. If it's in demand enough. No, so it gives a texture. It's a little different. Like, it's like, man, something's off about this. Like, you heard what all I said in the video. It's just a little strange. And it creates a different texture to the rose. The salt's not overdone. A little bit of an iodine smell more than a saltiness. It's so odd, but in a great way. This is stunning. This is beautiful. It's just such a situational fragrance, but it's so unique. I've never smelled anything that smells even close to this. That's what I've always respected about Gucci is they just try different shit. They don't just follow trends. Even though they have an elixir fragrance, I bet it smells nothing like all the other elixirs. I haven't tried it yet, and I will at some point. This is beautiful. Salt. I think it's sea salt. Rose, vinegar, and I forgot what else is in the top. It's such a weird top note, but it's so enjoyable because it's so strange. But there, you actually get this almost like olive oil type of texture. Like it's got that oiliness to it. And I don't just mean like because it's all perfume oil, I get that, but like it actually the texturing that you smell is got this oily, wet, slipperiness to it. It's weird. It's weird to describe. I get it. It sounds weird what I'm saying. But if you were smelling it while I'm saying it, it would totally make sense to you. I promise. I promise it would make sense. It's weird to describe because it's weird to smell. But good weird. Good weird like Ganymede's good weird to me. That was the example I gave in the video. Better late than never. Hope you're well, sir. Got my bottle of Orem today, and I'm blown away 10 out of 10. That's what I'm wearing today. Hell yeah, it's phenomenal, man. How about rough and tumble leathers when you're going to be bring back Dark Rebel back out to play? Probably winter. I wanted to do it this last winter, and I ended up not. I just have so much stuff, man. You must have. No, Oksana Patchouli. I've never tried. Rob's in the house was going wearing Orem. Everybody's wearing it. Fucking phenomenal. Yeah, it is. Animalic honey is so damn good. In the immediate opening, I get Naxos vibes. Quickly changes into something incredibly unique and sexy. Yeah, that clove tied into that raw honey. It's animalic. It's like being out there with the damn bee suit on, smelling the damn thing. That's how realistic and raw this honey is that's used. It's incredible. It's incredible. I told George this is going to be a hit. Like Joey said, he had George on for a stream yesterday for a little while. He would be amazed if it doesn't win some kind of award somewhere. It probably will. I mean, it's phenomenal. Tobacco won a bunch of awards, and this blows tobacco out the water. Okay? Because that's why, like, now you guys that saw my full review understand, those of you that have gotten it, you understand what I meant when I said this isn't just a true gourmand. Now it's a honey amber. It's more of an amber gourmand, like George classified it. You have the gourmand facets, but it's more of this sticky resinous amber because it's just the way the honey comes across with the amber accord, which I think is just a straight up benzoin oil. It's phenomenal. So you get that delectable side of it, but you get the more serious ambery warm side of it too. Resin, sticky resin, because the honey makes it sticky, obviously, because it's real honey that's in here. The way it was, it's CO2 extracted. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm not surprised in the least bit that you guys are loving it. And timing is impeccable for me to say these things. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mr. George Zaharoff. Timing is impeccable.
Is it me? Is this on?
Well, go ahead and close out your text message or something. There you go. Now you're back. It was blacked out for a second. What's up, George?
Hi, everybody.
He's literally just talking about Orem.
I know.
A lot of people in the chat are wearing it today, including myself.
First of all, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm getting ready for a wedding. Mm-hmm. I'm running out the door, but I wanted to just jump on and thank everybody. Do you think the collar line is too low for?
I mean, probably not. I mean, that's not going to be your main shirt, huh? That's an undershirt, right? I don't know. I'm asking. Because it's so form fit, it looks compression. That's why I'm assuming that.
I know, but hold on. I'm having anxiety now from what you're saying to me. Hold on. Okay, let me.
Oh, Jesus. I'm just asking.
Hold on.
Jesus. Welcome to my world, folks. If I say anything, wait, what?
Hold on, it's okay. I respect your opinion.
I know, George. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, let's see the outfit, the wedding outfit.
So I'm wearing this gorgeous Balmain jacket that was.
It's your new Balmain jacket, yeah. No, it looks fine. Now that I see the full outfit here, yeah, absolutely. Color line's fine.
Nice.
I think it looks good. What do you guys think? Let's get caught up on the comments. Weigh in. Should George change? Who knew George was a sissy sprayer, is what All Genres Bob said.
What's a sissy sprayer?
So you don't ridiculously spray 20 to 30 sprays of any fragrance for no good reason.
Do you know
there's a conditioning that has happened over the last couple of years?
You know when I do a sissy, when I sissy spray, this is nice. Maybe the pants. Should I change the pants, Ross?
I think it looks fine to me. What do you guys think?
I think
Preventus 7101 says it's low cut, but still looks nice. You can pull it off, sir.
so. Do you know?
Noel says this is proof he really did pay for this stream. Michael Gasaway, my favorite IFBB Pro, says you're looking sharp. Kevin, Real Fragrance Review, says you're looking sharp. What's your scent of the day?
So I'm wearing the Aurum,
I'm not surprised.
and I'm very thankful to. It's unbelievable. Like really, it's really beautiful.
Giancarlo says you always look class A. George looks like a sexy beast. Rob. Paul says as long as you're not wearing nipple rings, you're fine, George.
What's wrong with nipple rings?
So George says that because he has nipple rings.
So
Hilarious. Oh, that's funny.
guys.
Yeah.
We're crazy. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
thank you. And you know, it's I think anyway, I was reading somewhere that I gotta say this. Okay, so I was reading somewhere saying that I got the idea of the honeycomb from Guerlain. So I'd like to thank Guerlain.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
You.
Yes. For sure. I would like to take a moment to thank Guerlain on your behalf. Yes.
Right.
Sure.
Given that it's actually honeycomb that's in there.
Yeah.
So wonder where I got that idea from. But
Who
yeah,
cares?
it's pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
Does Guerlain have like a whole collection of honey? Because I think I saw a bunch of bottles.
I have such limited experience with Guerlain outside of the L'Homme Ideal line. I mean, shame on me for being an enthusiast. I get it because Guerlain's such a renowned house. But the new line, I've seen the bottles. The bottles look stunning. Very uniform, but beautiful bottles.
They do.
Yeah, they always have a uniformity to their bottles. They're Guerlain's class act brand, you know.
They've got their flagship store right next to the hotel, next to the Marriott in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So it's absolutely a stunning flagship. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think I saw a bunch of bees, but bees have been, since Napoleonic times, the bees have been used in French decor forever,
Randy says, can't wait to get my Aurum. It's supposed to be here today, but still hasn't shipped out yet per the tracking.
Wait, Randy, what do you mean? Everything went out Wednesday.
It's supposed to be here today, but it still hasn't shipped out yet per tracking. So maybe they're not scanning properly. Because, everything got shipped out on the 1st.
So what happens is that UPS will not scan anymore at Zaharoff because there's too many boxes, and we slow the guy down, and it affects his paycheck or his pay or his
Take it from somebody that's been at that office for a few launches.
Yeah.
We have to order a truck.
Yeah. And so
sometimes 2.
They won't scan. So I have to wait for
so we just pile them in the truck and they scan them at the desk, when they start moving to destination.
Throw it on the belt, and they've got those cameras that self-scan, you know what I mean? And so let's see, it's Randy, you said?
Yeah, it's Randy, Fragrance Dude.
So Randy, if you don't get it, no, I personally sent your bottle out. If you don't get it by Monday, let me know and we'll send you another bottle out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he will. I'm sure it'll happen.
Things get lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just see what happens through the weekend because I talk to Randy pretty often. I'm sure he'll let me know if something doesn't change.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you. Thanks for having me, Ross. Have a good weekend. I'm gonna head out to
George. You have a wonderful weekend. Eat some good food while you're there.
Thank you.
Have a slice of wedding cake for me because I can't have it. I'm on a diet. So.
I'll send it over to you.
No, please don't, because I'll end up eating it. Please don't.
Okay.
Right, thank you for stopping by, George. Congratulations on another successful launch.
And have a good weekend, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you. Hi, guys. Thanks, Ross. George. Much love.
George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. Is there a brick and mortar store that carries Zaharoff? There's a few in Glendale, Door Prestige, and their sister store, Door Perfumes. That's a few miles down the road. Those 2 in California. You have Oligarch in Australia. There's a few perfumeries in Europe. I forgot exactly where. There is Cruz in Valencia, and is that Costa Rica, I think? Like, there's only select locations around the world that have them in store. I'm trying to think who else. I know I'm leaving some out. I absolutely am leaving some out. But in Europe, they're going to be in a lot of perfumeries. That's part of what's the process that he's going through switching to Europe. It's taking time, but that's coming. Luxe Parfum, but Chris doesn't have a brick and mortar though, right, George? That's warehouse. Now, I was just saying I'm excited. Didn't want to make a whole thing. Thanks, George. Well, I mean, that's going to give him anxiety. Wait. It shipped. He wants to take care of everybody. George wants to make sure everybody's happy. Thank you for having me, and much love again. Be careful, George. Don't watch the stream the whole time you're driving. Focus on the road. Get there safely. And we'll talk later. Thank you for stopping by. Can't wait for my bottle to arrive. Polar Red Extreme. I've heard so many good things over the years. I just haven't gotten around to trying it. Mr. VPX, how are you? Thanks for easing my mind earlier, George. Okay, enjoy the wedding, George. What a class act GZ is. Indeed. One of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Love me some George Zaharoff. That's my guy. Let's see. George's customer service is great in case anything happens. Yeah. He doesn't look at dollars and cents for everything. He looks at customer first. Always has. He always will. It's just how he rolls. That's how he's wired. Where else you getting Absolute Ventus? No. It's on FragranceNet for $348. I have this, and I'm good. I got the experience. I don't need it. I like it a lot. It's really good. I don't need it. $350. I'd rather buy Tigar. Just being honest with you, I'd rather get Tigar. I don't need it. So no, I'm not planning on getting it. $348 still more than I want to spend on it. It's just not. I don't need it. I like Aventus Cologne a little bit more. So and I got that, and so I'm good. And I got regular Aventus too, which it is better than regular Aventus, but I like it a lot. I just don't like it enough. That makes sense. There's a lot of fragrances that are like that. Like, I like them a lot, but not enough to spend the money on the bottle. But I appreciate you letting me know, Enrique. That's just where I'm at with it. Let's see. Those stores in Cali have full line or limited. Door Prestige carries the whole range. They might even still have a few Zed Creator fragrances. It's Joe and Adita. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did an event back in December of 21. We went out there. Me and George went out there and did an event. Yeah, they're good people. They're really good people. I never got an email with tracking or anything, so I was worried I wasn't getting the fragrance in. However, as soon as I contacted George, it was sitting on my front porch. Got all scared for nothing. It happens. It happens. George tries to answer everybody as quickly as he can. As you can imagine, he gets especially around launches, he gets floods of emails and messages from people. So he's got to be patient, guys. He gets to everything as he can, But when it comes to launch, he's zoned in, and his life revolves around making sure everybody's getting their packages. Uh-oh, Jason's on the hunt. Born in Roma Intense, and I am super stoked. What's wrong with nipple rings? No, he meant because he meant because it's such a form-fitting shirt, the nipple rings would clearly show. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. In your esteemed opinion, Angel Share Owajan. It's been so long since I smelled Owajan. I don't even remember the scent profile well enough, but I love Angel Share's DNA. So I'm just going to have to go with Angel Share here. Brass and Soul was the base DNA for it. That's pretty similar to it. I would strongly suggest, and I mean this, if you're interested in Second Soul, they're not going to make it through the end of the year. Don't buy cheapies for the next couple of weeks and save up and get a bottle of Second Soul if you really want Second Soul. I really mean that. I'm dead serious. Because it is a unique fragrance. There's nuance. Every fragrance has nuance that'll remind you of some fragrance if you really look for it hard enough. But nothing comes to mind, honest to God. It smells very similar to it. And if that's something that you're really interested in, I would say you got maybe a month and some change, roughly based on current stock. before it's gone. They're not going to make it through the end of the year. I promise you guys, 100%. They're not going to make it through the end of the year. So if you really want it, put a couple bucks to the side every paycheck or something. If you normally don't want to spend, 160, 155 on a fragrance, I'm dead serious, Dilly. If it interests you that much, Yes, actually, I did a full video on that. You didn't see the video? So anytime you're curious about my thoughts on a specific fragrance, TLTG, name of the fragrance, TLTG, name of the topic, any of that stuff in the search bar, because I've got almost 3,000 videos on YouTube, my man. The parfum, surprisingly, is fruitier. The citruses and fruits in the top note are more at the forefront, and it is just a denser, dry-down version of the EDP. The dry-downs are the same, just one's heavier than the other, but it's earthy green. They're both earthy green, smoky, woodsy. That's basically the only real difference is the density, the thickness to it, and the parfum actually has more fruitiness in the top, whereas the EDP, I barely get anything as far as citruses and fruits, whereas you get a lot of pineapple and stuff like that in the top of the parfum. But if you want to hear further than that, like I said, just type in TLTG Raja Apex. Video will come up. And because I compare the two in the video. But that's the gist of it. It rarely happens. It has happened. It just rarely happens. Scroll down. Hide comment. Second Soul is fantastic. I agree. So I call it a Ventivage Absolixer. I know it's Absolute Aventus, but it works better since I'm going to combine it with Sauvage Elixir to a Ventivage Absolixer. That's what I call it. It's not spot on, obviously, to Sauvage Elixir, but there's no denying the comparison that's there. I think it's definitely got a lot more going on for it, and it's overall a better situational fragrance. Like there's much more opportunity. It's way more versatile of a fragrance than Sauvage Elixir. I think it is better. It's superior for what I would want. It's superior, but like I said, even at $348, I don't have to have it. Maybe something could change down the line. I doubt it, but I don't have to have it. Like I got several sprays where I can just go back to it and revisit it. And that's all I really wanted. Like every time we've talked about it here on the live chats, you guys have heard me say, as long as I get the experience, I'm good. And I've gotten to have the experience, so I'm good. It's not must own for me. I don't know if I ever get to do it. We'll talk about it because I already have everything typed up on what I would want to do in the event I ever get a green light. You can't tell everybody everything because then people steal your ideas. Come on now. That stuff really happens, and I'm dead serious. That's why I'm not going to talk about it. I know exactly. I got a name. I got notes I'd like to work with. I actually built a pyramid on what I'd like it to be, the accords, the theme, the story. Same thing I did last time. I was ready before George was ready for the last fragrance. As soon as he gave me a green light or said he was thinking about us doing it again, I called Claude. Here's what's probably going to happen. Here's what I'm thinking. So, and I'm not saying it'll even be with George. In the event I ever get to do a third fragrance, whether it's Zaharoff or anywhere else, I know exactly what I want to do. It's ready to go. I files on my computer. I know exactly what I want. So I appreciate you asking, but that's one of those things that when it comes to creating things, you gotta keep it close to the vest. Because people will rip you off. People will definitely rip you off. Because it's different from what I have now, the two that came out so far. It's a different fragrance. I want to go a different route. But thank you for asking. Had to step away from the stream for a minute, got caught up. George Zaharoff most definitely paid for this live stream. No, he definitely did not, but that's kind of funny. That's hilarious. Justin just texted me. So I've told you guys that like when we get funny ass comments that are funny to us anyways, we usually screenshot it and send it to each other. So like I had one I screenshot earlier about Issy Sport and the reply that I put, and I sent it to him and I put hashtag TLTG loves the kids. Like I said earlier in the stream, he said, LOL, these kids. So feel free to scour the channel to go find it if you guys want to see. It's a good laugh to me. But I was dead serious with what I said. Sprays do not dictate longevity, guys. They just don't. You'll increase your CIs. You'll smell strong, But you could spray it 5 times, you could spray it 20 times. It's not going to last any longer. How it lasts on you is how it lasts on you. How strong it is on you is where the sprays come in. How strong it smells. That's where the sprays matter. Indeed. Indeed, my man. Time to rip it up at the gym. Everyone have a great weekend. Later, y'all. Neil, have a great workout, my man. We're about to shut it down here in a second because in 30 minutes, I have the wrestling live stream for WWE Crown Jewel preview on the Sports Desk podcast with Dedrick. So anybody that wants to see that, the Sports Desk Live, I think is what it changed to. It used to be the Sports Desk podcast. Now it's the Sports Desk Live for anybody that wants to take part and check us out. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. I'll put the link for you guys real quick. Here's the actual link for the stream itself. Is in the chat for anybody that wants to go and click set the reminder for when we get started in a little while. And Oud Vanille just came. The open Oud Vanille is very different, and Cedrat Boise is amazing. Yes, indeed. If I could only own one clone, what would it be? It would have to be Essential Obsessions, one of the Bond number 9 clones, Andy Warhol. It'd have to be one of those. I'd take any one of them. King Andy, the new Emperor Andy, the old versions of Andy Warhol. Any one of the Andy Warhol clones I have from Essential Obsessions. If I can only have one clone, that I gotta have one of those 4. One of those 4 bottles I got. I would say maybe like the second version, the second bottle that I have with the sticker with the plum in the label. Probably that one. CJ, good to see you. Absolixer. I tried to think of the name. You said, yes, a Vintage Absolixer. Yeah, a Vintage Absolixer. It's hilarious, right? That's definitely not it. That's 100% not it, Spencer. I respect that. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's why you got to keep stuff like that close to the vest. You do. I only see the decant. The decant of Second Soul, it's available unless something happened on Shopify. All right. Let me do a screen share. Whoops. Where's? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I was wondering. I'm like, why the hell is it not pulling up? All right. Fragrances, Zed Creator Collection. Second Soul, right there, clear as day. Boom, 160. Second Soul, add to cart. I don't know what you're talking about, big dog. It's right there. It's definitely right there. Literally, just go fragrances, Zed Creator Collection. You can even just go straight to Second Soul. Or you can go fragrances and click Zed Creator Collection and come to the main page. It's got the 3 bottles and the 3 samples. So yeah, it's there, big dog. I don't know where you're at, but it's definitely there. It won't be that either, but that's kind of funny. With your GZ experience, do you have any aspirations of getting further into fragrance creation, design, distribution? Not necessarily, because I just love doing my content. I love making my content. I mean, I would think that's pretty obvious for what I do every day, but not necessarily. I get to know the ins, and I'm privy to a lot of the ins and outs and stuff, and I could apply that down the road one day. You never know. But I'm happy where I'm at for the foreseeable future, doing what I'm doing. I'm not ruling it out. It's just not necessarily an aspiration or a goal at the moment. But you never know. Very well could be. Not so original Santal. I'm liking spices and cool weather. That's original Santal is underappreciated, man. That's a good fragrance. What's up, Montrese? We're going to be shutting it down here in just a second because in literally 26 minutes, I'm going to be live on another channel. So I got to shut it down here in a sec. Listening to the live chat while I work, always fun and informative. Appreciate you, Jorge. What is the best fragrance that you can not only use because it has no staying power? You cannot use only because... I don't have a single fragrance that I can't use because of performance. Because I don't wear fragrances for how they perform. I wear fragrances for how they smell. And I just reapply and I wear appropriate fragrance for the situation. And if I'm going to be in a situation where I need more than however many hours, I wear a fragrance that does that for me. So moot point or moot question, actually. So yeah, James, that's the God's honest answer. Every fragrance, even one that lasts 2 hours on me, has a function. Has a function in my life. Feel like your next fragrance would be the intention behind Sex Panther from Anchorman. No, pure awesomeness that drops both panties and boxers. Not quite. Not quite. That's hilarious, though. Salvatore Ferragamo, Uomo Signature. Best one in the line, in my opinion. Good to see you, Keith. Rocking individual. Thanks, Sun Glare. Oh, so you just couldn't see it? How did Prada Amber Intense dry down? Powdery patchouli. That's what it dries down to, powdery patchouli. It's beautiful. Elegant fragrance. Very elegant fragrance. I was busy while I was away. Well, we appreciate you, Boz. We're about to shut it down. Yes, Sports Desk Live. I dropped the link in the chat. Already. Yeah, Sports Desk Live, which you've been threatened to be banned from several times. That channel. Not Dedrick Hicks Jr., but the Sports Desk. So SmackDown live stream. So we're not going to be covering SmackDown, but we are going to be covering the card for Crown Jewel. When you have top tier perfumers working on scents, it's hard to work backwards using your own oils. That is a factual statement right there, Randy. I won't take a step back. If I can't do what I got to do with Zaharoff, I'm not going to do it. I've had an opportunity come up, and I didn't close the door. I'm waiting and seeing how it shakes out. Because you don't want to take steps back. And I'm not saying that they will, but I was very open and honest. I'll leave the name of person and company out of it for now, because I want to see how that goes. I'm not going to be part of what they're doing at first, because I just want to see. Let other people be guinea pigs. Because there's only certain things that I want to do. I don't want to do everything. I only want to do the things that make the absolute most sense long term for me. As you should too, So we'll see. We'll see how things go in the future. But there has been another opportunity. And no, it's not Navitus. I don't want anybody to think that. No, definitely not. Something totally different. Totally different company that hasn't done it yet. So I was honored. But we'll see how it goes. There is somebody that I do know that I'm sure was offered that does every fucking thing. Anything and everything for $1. So I'm sure that person will be doing it. So we'll see. I'll let them be a guinea pig. I got to see. Claude Deere for the win. Love Claude. He's so talented. I worked with a woman who had cancer and was very sensitive to scents. I couldn't wear scents to work. What would you have done? I mean, it is what it is. Out of respect, I would have had to do that. If she had an allergy, you kind of have to in that situation, unfortunately. You got to be respectful of others. Yeah, that sucks, but you got to in that situation. It's unfortunate. Star is yellow now. What are you talking about, Steven? I think Steven's star is yellow. I remember. Oh, Kyler, yeah, because it changes every month for how long you've been in the membership. It changes every month. Uses Mon to make his fragrances. Does Claude? Yeah, Mon is where the oils come from, and Claude's contracted through Mon. Claude's a contracted employee. He's not salaried. He's a per project kind of thing. Like Claude only takes the projects he wants at this stage in his career. Claude is not a young man anymore. So he only takes the projects he wants to take on. He's contracted, not necessarily in-house to Mon anymore, but he does do all of George's stuff because he loves working with George. He loves creating for George because he gets to really flex his creativity. There's no guidelines with George. It's here's what I'd like to happen. Do your magic, Claude. It's basically what it is. Here's the vision. Make magic, and that's what Claude does. That's why he really enjoys working for George. He has fun with it, it's awesome to hear his thought process. Interesting. Or did Mon just make? No. Mon is the perfume house. That's where the oils come. That's who sources the oils and all that good stuff, and has the labs that are used. Now, Claude has a lab at his home as well, both of his homes, because he's got a home in France and in Arizona. Plus, they have the labs at the different locations. Mon has a New York location. I forgot. They got like 2 or 3 locations here in the States. They got locations overseas in other countries. Mon's worldwide. They have one in Australia. They got a few in Europe, different areas in Asia. I don't forgot exactly where in Asia they have locations and headquarters. So yeah, Claude's contracted, just like with Givaudan. Givaudan's got certain perfumers, like with Mon, like Richard Herpen, for example. He's contracted with Mon. You know, everybody knows Richard Herpen, made oud wood. Precious Liquids, that's his own brand. Yeah, that Richard Herpen. He does stuff for Mon too. There's a bunch of them. Vincent Kaczynski, I always butcher his last name. That's who did Justin's fragrance. He's contracted with Mon. And so on. That's a lot of. I forgot who Cecile works for. I want to say Givaudan. Cecile Zarokian. She's all the hype for the last couple of years, right? I think she's Givaudan. She might be Mon. I'm not sure. I never looked. I'd have to look. Jorge Lee, I forgot who he works. Like, they're all contracted through these major flavor houses. That's who they create with. That's where their materials that they work with come from. They create, but the materials come from the flavor houses. Make sense? I answered all that. So FedEx said they couldn't deliver my fragrance by package because it was damaged. I was in a hurry placing my order because it was Dior and Parfum and didn't think I added the insurance. Am I fucked? I don't know. I've never had that issue. I don't know. You might be. Because without the insurance, they're not going to cover it. That's why they offer it. I would think. I've never had the issue. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Danielle. I hope you're not screwed here. I hope it works out for you. Let me know. I'm curious. Damn. I hope it works out for you. All right, later, Ross. Yeah, I'm about to sign off literally right now. Like, I have no choice. I have to go use the restroom, get another drink, get situated, stretch a little bit, and then sit down for another hour and some change for another live stream here in literally just 18 minutes. So I have to shut it down. So guys, I'm going to go. So wait, so when those guys accused. Oh yeah, Mon and Claude were highly offended and debated on taking action. Oh yeah, that was a thing. That was why me and George did no, me and George are going to publicly address it. That's why we did the live stream. And the gentleman that owns said clone house basically blew me up. I never answered and blew me up on Messenger. Blew me up because he got defamed basically for his claims. And Mon was highly offended because it's not true. Claude was highly offended because it's not true. Because when they insulted Tabac that way and George, they then insulted where the oils came from and who perfumed it. So yeah, that was a thing. That could have been really bad for that man. So good thing he shut the fuck up and moved on with his life. And I don't care if you see this. It could have been bad for you, big dog. Not everybody knows that. So yeah, you can't go just slandering stuff like that when you're a company. There's issues there. There could be real legal issues there. So, because that was not the truth. Definitely not the truth. So, understandably so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's one thing when a content creator says something like that, somebody random on a channel, but some brand owner goes saying this, and I've ran tests, and here's my paperwork. Well, you better be careful with yourself. You better be careful. So, with that said, we'll end on that interesting note. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Any of you wrestling fans, come join us on the Sports Desk Live over on Dedrick's other channel, because we are about to get into it. We are going to be talking wrestling. WWE Crown Jewel comes out tomorrow. 2:00 Eastern is the pay-per-view tomorrow because it's in Saudi Arabia. So we're going to be talking wrestling, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Volcanus, you're the man. I just got to say it. George, thank you for stopping by. If you happen to still be seeing this, I hope you have fun at the wedding. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Thank you for being here, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Have a good one, guys.